Made it through the struggle, got it off the muscle. Wanted Gucci on my buckle, so I had to hustle.
Welcome. The Bench Buddies are back, and today we're going to be ranking quarterbacks and putting them into tiers from MVP caliber to a bum. So, Zach, you want to start us off with Tom Brady?
Yeah. And by the way, forgot to mention, it's only going to be based off of this year, not like all time, nothing like that. So
also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yep. Hit those buttons.
The channel a little bit. The love, you're spreading the love. I'm feeling the love with you guys. So, all right, let's get into it.
All right, Brady, MVP caliber. Like, come on, you can't hate the man that has 7. I mean, come on, you can't hate that guy.
He's got 7 Super Bowls, and the Steelers have 6. So
yeah, he's got more Super Bowls than any franchise ever has, right? Is that right?
Yeah,
that's crazy. But I mean, there's not much to be said about the GOAT. If you can argue that, then you don't know football. I'm sorry, but
I agree. All right, so next, Joe Burrow. I'm gonna say he's a potential quarterback. I want to see how he comes off of his terrible injury from last year. So I think he's good there. He had a good rookie season. He led the Bengals to start the year, and then the Bengals they went to trash after. So.
Mm-hmm. All right, Dak Prescott. He's in the same kind of category coming off an injury, but I think he is a playoff quarterback. He has a little better team around him. So that obviously helps when you're a quarterback, having a good run game with Zeke, and then having CeeDee Lamb, a potential breakout star this year. And then you also get Amari Cooper that takes a little coverage and just double teams away from him. So you got to pick one receiver to guard. And then
that offense is loaded.
Yeah. Also, offensive line. They want to protect Dak, so I think they upgraded a little bit. So that'll help them in the future, and that's why I'm putting Dak at playoff QB.
Yep. Washington football team, Ryan Fitzpatrick. I'm gonna say he's in the hot seat. I mean, he had a great career, but if we're gonna base it off of this year, actually no, put him as a bum. If we're just going to base it off of this year, I think he's going to be a bottom 10 quarterback. So,
But that team could be dangerous, though.
Yeah, definitely.
The team could be dangerous, but for right now, we'll put him here.
Yeah.
All right, Mahomes. I mean, he's up there. Brady, MVP. He's top 3 MVP every year for the last 3 years, I think. So, enough said about that. Like he gets the job done. All right, Houston.
All right, Tyrod Taylor. I'll say he's a bum as well. I don't see much. Nothing good happens out of the Texans organization. So good luck this year. I don't see him in very many games.
Sam Darnold. I'm gonna go potential. He didn't really get dealt the best hand in New York. Got traded. He got traded. And I think it's just a good needs a new destination for him. And I think he can thrive here. Great coach in Matt Rule. And I don't know, I'm rooting for him just because of how young he is. He's 22, 23 still. So he's got a lot of years left to be a good quarterback.
Yeah, I like him. I like his potential a lot as well. Jared Goff, I'd say he's in the hot seat category. I don't think he's as bad as people are saying he is, but I don't think he's as good as where he was drafted. So I think with the Lions this year, they're going to be rebuilding. So he's like kind of the perfect guy for that franchise for this year.
All right. My Packers got to put Rodgers up there.
He won the MVP.
He won an MVP last year. Yeah. He's got to defend it. So he's already up there, but Rodgers' whole situation, the last dance, I don't believe in that stuff. I think he's going to sign because they're going to do whatever they want to keep him there. Because you know how Brady and Belichick and all them had kind of a falling out, but Brady kept playing. So I think it's going to be kind of a similar situation.
Yeah.
But I mean, coming off an MVP, and he's going to try to prove that like you guys don't want me, whatever. So he's going to go ball out. So we'll just get right into Zach Wilson here.
Zach Wilson, he's a potential guy. I think he has potential to be a good quarterback, but with the Jets, it's going to be hard because the Jets don't have a very good offensive line or offense at all. But I like his potential as a quarterback right now.
All right, Russ, Danger Russ. Never got an MVP vote, but he's MVP caliber every year.
Yeah.
You know, him and Pete Carroll have a great relationship. DK Metcalf helps complete Russ. Also Tyler Lockett in a decent run game. They're a great team that puts it all together. And when you have a great team, you have a great quarterback. So Russ is up there.
Exactly. Daniel Jones, I think he's in the hot seat for this year because they got Saquon back, they got Kenny Galladay, he's got all the weapons in the world now, and it's really just up to him. If they can't win with Daniel Jones, then they got to make a change, and I think that's coming next year if he doesn't ball out this year.
And what? This is his third year, right?
Yeah, I think so.
In the league, yeah. So he should he's got a little bit of experience, so hopefully he can come out of that little funky head last year.
I don't think he's bad. It's just this is the year. He's gotta be better.
Cousins, I think you got to put him there with Danny Dimes, just because Cousins has had weapons. Justin Jefferson, breakout rookie. He's got that guy, and he's also got Dalvin Cook, who's MVP caliber. So I don't know why Cousins hasn't been really performing up to expectations as he signed that massive contract that all Vikings fans are dreading right now. But you never know with Cousins. He can have a really good year. He had a really bad year. But he has the guys around him to have a good year.
Exactly. Now, Josh Allen's an MVP caliber quarterback. He was second in MVP last year, and he's just going to keep getting better, I think. He can run, he can throw. The Bills are going to be really good with this year with him at the helm, especially. Justin Herbert now.
Herbert, playoff QB. What was it? Week 1. He got to start week 1, right? Or maybe it's week 2. I think it might have been week 2. I think it might have been. Tyrod got hurt on an accident pretty much right on game day, and he goes against the Chiefs, defending Super Bowl champions, and absolutely balled out in his first career game. And since then, he just caught fire. And did he win Rookie of the Year last year?
I mean, I think he had to have. I don't know. I don't remember.
I'm not 100% sure, but if he didn't, he deserved to. But I think he won't have a sophomore slump year, and I think he's just going to continue growing as a quarterback and as a leader for that Chargers team.
Yeah. Ryan Tannehill, I think he's a playoff quarterback as well. I think that it's weird because he's an underrated quarterback, but everyone knows of him now because with the Titans, and I think I like him there, especially with the offense. They got their thing going with Derrick Henry, and like they run the ball first, but he's a great quarterback. He doesn't make dumb decisions or anything. So I like him. He's a top 10 quarterback.
Tua here. I'm already putting him on the hot seat. I know he was a rookie last year and he was hurt a little bit, but considering him and Ryan Fitzpatrick were pretty much going series for series or halftime to halftime, game to game, whatever, that shows you that either he's one, not ready, or two, not what they thought he would be. Yeah. So now that Fitzpatrick's gone, it's Tua time, and he's really got to show out on why he deserves to be a starting quarterback.
Especially with that offense, because their offense is loaded now. Like, he doesn't really have much of an excuse, except for being injured. But I think he'll be better this year. But I definitely see your point there. Jameis Winston, I think he's got man. I'd say potential because he just learned under Drew Brees, and I'm kind of a fan. He was 30-30 quarterback. He throws a lot of picks, but that means he can sling it too. So it's my take on him. I know you disagree, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I could see him in the hot seat, but that's the thing. Like, since it's 2 and we don't know who the starter is yet, like, I would put Taysom Hill in potential because he's been on the Saints for a few years, and I mean, he still played quarterback. Like last year, he played a game under center, and he did pretty good. So that I think it's just the situation is kind of hard to judge, but I think both have potential to show. I guess Jameis has something to prove, and so does Taysom.
Right. Kyler Murray, he's a playoff quarterback. I could see him winning the MVP, but he's not in the same caliber as those guys up in front, up on top with Brady all the way to Josh Allen. So I like him as a playoff quarterback. He's getting better every year, and he could be at that MVP caliber for next year. So don't get me wrong.
Yeah, for sure. For fantasy purposes, he's an MVP caliber guy. Yeah, so So if
He's
you're
got the
in
rushing
a
yards.
fantasy football, Kyler might be a guy you need to go snag.
Yeah, stay tuned. We might be dropping some fantasy football
Yeah,
stuff.
maybe just dropped a little hint there, but we're gonna continue as we go, and we'll see.
All right, Derek Carr.
I'm
I think-
gonna say playoff
yeah.
QB.
I
Last
agree.
year they almost made the playoffs, just had a little hiccup at the end of the year that they didn't get in. So he's shown that he can play up to what they think he can, like what they want him to be. And having no fans in the stand last year really affected the Raiders because obviously they're a new team. They're in Vegas. So I think everyone in Vegas this year is going to be pumping. And I think that's going to motivate Carr to, get that juice going and
You're a Raiders guy. I like
put them in there.
Take. I like that take. Jalen Hurts. I see him as a potential. He's got potential. I don't know if he played good at the end of last year. So I think we got to put him as a potential guy, especially him being a rookie last year. Now coming into his first full season, hopefully he'll be better than Carson Wentz was for the Eagles.
And he gets reunited with Devonta Smith too.
Yeah,
from Alabama.
Their offense is decent.
They got a decent run game, which will help Hurts because he's pretty mobile. So he'll be a little dual threat this year, more dual threat with more weapons on the outside. So he could have a big year. Who knows?
He could. Baker.
Baker.
Baker's a playoff guy.
As a Browns fan, he's a playoff guy just because of what they have around him.
Yeah.
But if you take away a few guys, he'd either kind of be either hot seat potential, because of what he's shown the last, this is his fourth year or third year?
I think it's his fourth year. This coming into here is his fourth year.
So obviously he's shown that he can be a good quarterback at times in the NFL, but he needs to have more complete performances. And
I think we should put him down in the hot seat. I think we should put him down in the hot seat because he kind of goes with he fits more in with Danny Dimes and Kirk Cousins, I think. I like him as a quarterback, but
I think we'll put him in potential then.
All right, yeah.
Because Baker's first few years, they got Odell in his second year and Juice in his second year. And they were still trying to figure everything out. And then third year, everyone's like, oh, the Browns, this is the team last year. And then Odell gets hurt. Jarvis has an off year. All they had was really a run game last year. And Baker really didn't get to show out. So hopefully this is the year that the Browns, make the playoffs again. Maybe win.
No, not hopefully. Come on, dude. No.
Hopefully.
Nah.
But I don't know. They beat your Steelers last year in the playoffs.
All right, so let's get into Jimmy G and Trey Lance. I'll put him in potential because we don't know which one it is. Obviously, it's going to be Jimmy G to start the year, but Trey Lance has looked good through camp, and I think Trey Lance has a lot of potential. And Jimmy G is a decent quarterback, so that's where we stand with that. Is that Teddy Bridgewater for the Broncos now?
Yep, and Drew Lock's still there.
Drew Lock's a bum, but
yeah, he's a bum. I think you still got to put hot seat for Tyrod just because he's been jumping around team to team.
He's just like a serviceable quarterback. He'll be good on he'll be good with the Broncos, I think. Better than
especially they have Fant, Sutton, they got a good core of receivers.
Oh yeah, Cortland Sutton's coming back.
So
that's exciting.
Who knows how that situation is gonna plan out, but you still got to put him in the hot seat just because they want Drew Lock out, and who knows what Tyrod's gonna bring. Right.
Stafford's got to be a playoff quarterback.
Playoff QB, no doubt.
Yeah.
Honestly, I could see him being an MVP caliber because how many weapons he has now compared to Detroit.
Yeah, we just don't know. We just
don't know what he's capable of doing with a decent team. All he's really had is Calvin Johnson in his career and a little bit of Kenny Galladay as of late. So he's only had really one big weapon. But now that he's got Woods and Cooks and had Akers, he's still got good guys around him to make him better. So
yep. Okay. I'm gonna go with Justin Fields here. I know Andy Dalton's gonna be in the hot seat, but Justin Fields has got the potential. He looked great, man. He looked great in that first game of the college football playoff. That was awesome to see. That was probably his best game in college. So
for sure.
I'm excited what he can do for the Bears offense. He could do a lot, I think. All right, Lamar.
He'll be a playoff QB.
Okay.
He still could be a potential, but he has won an MVP already.
Yeah, I was gonna say he might.
So he could be an MVP caliber, but that was the year he kind of just broke out and ran and was really a dual threat that year. But last year he kind of took a step back from that MVP race and he kind of fell in the middle of the pack. So that's why I'm kind of putting him back in the playoff QB. I need to see another decent year out of Lamar first before I can put him up there.
Yeah. All right. So Ben, I think he's going to win the MVP this year. He's an MVP caliber quarterback. I'm not joking. No, I'm joking. I'd say he's in the hot seat because you see Dwayne Haskins balling out in the preseason. I'm kind of a Dwayne Haskins guy now. He looks great back there. So Ben, you couldn't throw deep, short, you couldn't run out of the pocket or anything. So you got to do something this year, or else it's gonna be you're gonna be out from Pittsburgh, unfortunately. Because what a great career, man.
Matt Ryan.
He's a playoff QB, man.
Is he though?
I think so.
For this year, though?
I mean, I don't know, man.
Here's the thing. I would put Matt Ryan here if he still had Julio and Pitts, but he's got Pitts, and I really think he's a bum this year.
Whoa.
I mean, I like Matt Ryan, Matty Ice, he can get it done, but I just don't see him really having a good year. I mean, the situation is like, oh, well, we're not trying to get the playoffs. We had our chance. We blew a 28-3 lead. So I think ever since that moment, he's kind of just been slowly going downhill.
Carson Wentz, I think he's got potential, especially with he's back with Frank Reich. So I think he'll have a good year this year with the Colts. Their offense is good. I don't know if he sucks or it was just the Eagles' talent around him. But remember his MVP season? I can't forget about that. So I'm gonna put him as a potential. He's got potential.
Right. All right, we'll go with Cam Newton and Mac Jones. I think they both have potential. It's kind of hard to tell with Newton last year, brand new system. They didn't really know how to handle Newton. They wanted to run the ball more. And it's also the first year after Brady. So that was a big change too. So he's back for year 2. Maybe that'll be a good thing for him. But then you also have Mac Jones coming in, brand new rookie. So I really don't know how the situation is going to plan out, but I think it's just a safe bet to put as potential.
Yeah, for sure. All right. And then Trevor Lawrence is obviously potential as well. I mean, he was the top college quarterback for the last 4 years. I think he's got a lot of potential, and I think he's going to be good for the Jags right away.
For sure. Talking about Lawrence, he also got ETN, his college teammate, too. So that obviously helps walking in the league with one of your best teammates. And then the receiving core with DJ Chark, he could be a stud with a great quarterback now because he showed glimpses last year when Minshew had good games that he would always have a good game as well. So I think that maybe by the end of the year, next year we do this list that Lawrence could be a potential playoff QB if they go around like 6-11, 7-10, something like that. I think that'd be a good first year for the Jags.
Yep. So that'll do it. If you guys enjoyed this, leave a like maybe and comment and subscribe. Next, Zach, what are we going to do next? We're going to rank the running back.
Yeah, we're going to do running backs, and then we're going to head over to the wide receiver category. That'll be a good one to watch because there's so many. Yeah, for sure. So stay tuned if you want to tune in for some football content. And obviously, as basketball season gets around, we'll head into that.
And we're not going to forget about baseball for you baseball fans.
For sure. We'll keep doing that baseball's updates. And I know that once college football kicks off here too, I got maybe I might have a few guests joining the podcast as well to talk about college football and college basketball. So stay tuned. We're just getting started, and we will see you in the next video.
Work out for me.